Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Eternal Alt. This is Alt Tabbed, where we play MMOs in a playthrough style. So in front of you, you can see we have got a Final Fantasy XIV character. Final Fantasy XIV, one of my favorite MMOs. Absolutely love the way it's put together. It's just so massive that it's always burnt me out uh, a little bit into a playthrough. And so I was going to go build a new character and start up my playthrough. And I was just looking through the worlds to see what characters I had. And I have this one that I had made. And it's on one of the older worlds, Midgard Summer, which is, it's not very easy to get onto some of these older worlds because they're already filled. And so I was like, what in the world am I doing with a level 1 character? One that I'd obviously never started anything on. And so I thought, well, heck, I'll go ahead and play it. The Vendak Man, you've already seen that in other playthroughs. That's a name I've used from my old channel. But the Annette is actually a play on my wife's middle name. And so I am assuming I had some idea in mind with this character and just didn't do anything with it. I have already logged in one time to see. I had actually gone ahead and it looks like set up my UI and stuff generally the way I like it. I moved a couple of things around because some things were not exactly how I use them now. But I did move a few things around, kind of got that set up, and so we're going to play a new character here. Now, I started as Marauder. That's the typical one I start with. My game plan when I started was I wanted to work my way up to play Reaper, but that's quite a bit away, and so you need a character powerful enough to get through content. That can heal a little bit, that can do some damage, and obviously this would be that type of character. So yeah, I had already mostly set this up the way I like my UI, and so we're going to play there. Now, if you're wondering why playing the girl, I go back and forth between playing men, women in some of these MMOs, and if you didn't know it, MMORPG actually doesn't stand for massively multiplayer online role-playing game. It's actually mostly men online role-playing girls, and so I'm just keeping up with the titling and everything, keeping the acronym correct. Let's see, and I could see up here I've got some stuff mailed. This account, much like every other account, I have stuff that I bought that goes across multiple. Let's see, it's just a quest thing, so he's doing a quest giver for me. I hope the sound's high enough. I really haven't checked it to see if it's high enough to actually be able to hear something. There's some voice acting to this game, but not everything is voice acted. And so you kind of have to have some ambiance, you have to have some music, you have to have things to keep it something going on besides just my voice. All right, so you've got the duty list. I had set that up. All right, Way of the Marauders. So I am supposed to go. All right, over here. Yeah, I don't know what I had planned on doing with this character, but I guess we'll kind of just go ahead and take it and run with it. It's kind of, part of the thing is, to me, it's kind of neat to be able to play on one of the or more full servers, and not one of them that they're having to entice people to come in using they're enticing people to come in using buffs and whatnot. There's Baldron. I'd apparently taken a little bit of time doing this. Black with the red. Okay, I know generally the time frame I must have made this character. My wife has black hair, and she decided to do highlights and got red highlights in her hair, and I think that's when I made this character, in that general vicinity. Now, my wife's eyes are brown, they're not green, but I think that's what I made this character. That was kind of the inspiration for the look anyway, with the hair, and my wife's hair is usually really long like that. I do get to start in Limsa. I kind of go back and forth with my favorite continents on this, or favorite states on this. Gridania is kind of the wooded mountainous area, and Limsa is like the water beachfront area, and so I really like both of them. Let's see. So he's explaining the calamity to us. I'm not going to do very much of the storyline in case, somebody's watching this that's never played Final Fantasy 14. It's actually like an RPG MMO, not so much of an MMO RPG. The story is really big in this. The first, I'm going to be honest, the very first chapter, the Realm Reborn part, is a little bit of a slog when it comes to story. Now, you can, if you just exit through all the storyline, you can burn through that in a few hours. And it does take a few hours just of storyline. But, if you love a good story, it's going to take you quite a while to go through it. So I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to play through the storyline part of it very much. Let's see, I think I can skip. I am going to skip. I don't want, for people that want to experience the storyline themselves, I'll keep doing it to where you can experience that storyline without me ruining that for you. He's going to tell us about our quest and whatnot. I also will have to be a little picky about what I do on this channel with you. Main reason for that being, some of the stuff that you do in Final Fantasy 14 with a character involves like crafting, gathering, and stuff. And so, while I might show you a little bit what that looks like, I'm not going to spend hours crafting and gathering with y'all on the camera. It gets kind of boring. Watching that kind of stuff after a while. Let's see. He's doing all that. He's telling us about the smithy. He's going to wave at us. And we've accepted a quest. And let's see. And then I've got to speak to that Lalafell over there. Okay, navigation, I pretty well remember all that. Hadn't been that long. Alright, so we're going to make a name. I'm going to leave, I think, most of the extra quests alone. There will be other characters that I'll make at some point. That's one thing, if you did not know about Final Fantasy 14. If you make a character and you don't end up liking your class or whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Because you can literally play every class, every crafter, every gatherer, all on one character. You can do it all. It's really cool. It's the only game I know of that does quite like that, where you can literally play anything on one character. Because most of them you have to start a new character over. If you want to be a healer, you have to make a healer. If you want a tank, you have to make a tank. If you want a DPS, you have to make a DPS. And this one right here, see, I'm starting out as a marauder, which becomes a warrior, which is a tank. But my end game, or my ultimate goal, will be to get to play Reaper, which is a physical DPS, a up close and personal one at that. Alright, so we'll pick that up. Let's go over here. And like I said, I'm going to kind of leave, well, scan that, there we go. I'm going to kind of leave the extra quest alone. You will follow me in this as a marauder, at least until I reach a point where I have another character class that I would prefer to play as to show you. So any extra classes I grab just for something to do, I'll play on my own doing the extras here. That way you can kind of follow the progression of this character on this, this one path. Or I don't know, maybe I'll show you all of it. I don't know. These I don't ever come in with like just a strict game plan. And so I could change my mind. Maybe I get to level 30 and I decide I want to pick up Arcanist or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably want to play Marauder through most of it, though, because Marauder's a really good character. If you're brand new to MMOs and you're worried about being able to survive in them, if you play Final Fantasy XIV, if you play Marauder right off the bat, you will have little to no trouble. I can assure you it will be little to no trouble. Of course, this guy here is just basically showing me around the marketplace. I already know all that stuff. Okay, let's go ahead. Where's it going to send me next? I need to resize this. So I got to do the upper decks. Yep, upper decks is next. And all these right here, there's a difference here. This one right here that's got the little flamey looking pieces around it and the little play button looking thing. Those are your actual quest line. That's the main scenario. These down here are just side quests. And so I could grab these and pick them up. What the heck, let's do it so you can see. It wasn't something I had really thought about doing, but I'll have to go out shortly anyway to kill things. And so, why not? Let's just go ahead and grab some of these low-level quests. We'll go do them. Like I said, never have a grand plan. I just kind of come in with an idea, a general idea of what I want to do. There's Bango Zango. We'll need him later when we finally get our chocobo. That'll be a little bit. All right. I find it just absolutely wild that I am here, and like you could see all the people just kind of roaming around, and this isn't anything. I mean, this is nothing, but it's a full server. This is like when I started playing Final Fantasy, that's kind of the way they all were. Now, that's not to say that the ones that they're building, the servers that they're building up, are not this kind of good or this kind of level, but or couldn't be at some point. But there's a reason why they're trying to get people to create characters on those servers. It's just because they want them to be able to spread out the population just a little bit. I mean, but look at this. There's just people everywhere. And I will probably get a guild invite, and I will very likely accept the guild invite. Because guilds give you some idea, some stuff you can do. Now, some guilds in this I've been in, some of them like to talk. They get real friendly. Everybody becomes buddies. They kind of plan their times of getting on when the other people are getting on, and all that stuff is perfectly great. And then I've had some of them that it was a bunch of solo players that just kind of band together for the buffs. And then you usually have one or two people that are like really big about making sure there's guild housing and stuff like that. Let's see. Hand over. Let's see, and you got one. It's a small one. We'll go ahead and grab it too. I guess it looks like I'm going to go ahead and just show you the regular experience. I'll have to, I don't have like the buffs or anything. I'll have to level anyway, so it's probably, this is probably the way I need to do it. And then I can use levies. There's actually a system that helps you level up faster. Levies, and they'll, that's probably how I'll end up. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm running past all these and not picking them up. What am I doing? I'm roaming around like I'm playing a already adjusted character. So Ethernet, I've got to be able to, deadgum, what am I doing? Man, I've lost my mind. Let's put this on here. Get my sprint onto one of my keybinds. What am I doing? What am I doing? Man, oh man, I've lost my mind. Yeah, you need these because the Ethernet crystals make it much easier for you to get around the city, because otherwise you're just going to be doing this number right here a lot. You're going to be running. Now, it's pretty cool running by all these people, and they're all dressed up and doing their thing. but I bet you I'm a very rare new player on this server. I mean, I'm probably a very rare, because you can see most of these folks have all got outfits on and stuff. Oh god, I remember Boss. Yeah, they there's a group. You'll find them at night a lot too, but they all stand around in their underwear and they do like this role play chanting. It's almost like, I guess, I've seen some do like poems and things like that. So they might be reciting a poem or some kind of mantra or something. And to them, it's all role play. It's just for fun and role play. And I think it's hilarious myself. After a while, it does get a little annoying, but it's pretty cool to go, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember these people. All right, grab the Ethernet there. So I've got to, let's see, there's something over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you the full experience like I would play a normal character. It's a playthrough anyway, that's what I should be doing. Showing you like a playthrough. All right, let's see, I've got that. I've got somebody. Oh, there he is. He or she. I can't tell from... Okay. It's Letitia. Handing over there. And we'll complete that. And then she's got a low-level quest. We'll take it. Yeah, since I'm not going to have buffs, have a buff or anything to help speed up my leveling, I need to play the whole shooting match. All right, let's go. I know these are usually only an hour Let's Plays, but I actually have a couple of uninterrupted hours today, and so I'm going to play, unless I get a message or something saying that, hey, I need you to do this or that, or something's going on. I'm going to just kind of play this. Let's see, let's go back over here and collect that. But yeah, I'm going to play just kind of as long as I can, and so I don't really have a hard stop at an hour like I usually do. Playing Seth. The one thing I won't do is I won't show you crafting and gathering. That's, you know, I'll show it to you kind of what it's like, and we may, like if I've got some big piece or something I'm crafting at some point, I may stop and show that to you. But yeah, I don't want you to sit there and have to watch me gather materials for hours or watch me craft for hours. Some people probably would find that cathartic. I would find it annoying, especially if I'm wanting to, you know, if I'm considering playing the game. I don't want to see the more tedious part, which in all fairness, you don't have to do the tedious part. You can, if you decide you want to, you can play without doing the crafting and gathering. Now, it will cost you a small fortune, and there's a little bit of lost, I guess a little bit of a lost sense of accomplishment when you do something for yourself. And so that's one thing to kind of keep in mind. Way of the Marauder. So basically, by level 25 or 6, we will be practically unkillable. Alright, the Axe Master here. And he's just basically bringing me into the Marauders Guild, and I'm obviously prepared for carnage, because if I wasn't, we couldn't progress, because I'm a Marauder. And so if I don't want to join the Marauders Guild, you can see that that would be a problem. Oh yeah, he's going to send me to kill some stuff. That's one of the reasons it prompted me just to go ahead and do the... Oh, did I pick up this one? I bet I did not. I certainly did not. And I think there's one in the aft castle area that I'll need to go pick up. So I need to go turn in a couple of things. You can always see the green check mark. Okay. I do think, though, that on this character, I'm probably not going to do like I've done on many of my other ones. I have other characters where I literally have every single class. All right, where is, oh, right behind me. Rashishmo. All right, level 3. Even without the buffs, it's moving pretty quick. Of course, it helps that I've got, you know, it does help that I've got some of these little side quests to help kind of boost it, make it a little faster. I'm gonna pass on through. I know the Drowning Winch here, Baldrin, the barkeep, is waiting on me, but I've got an aft castle here that I need to pick up, and I can't remember. I don't think there's one past that. I do not think there's one past the aft castle. Oh, but there is a quest I need to pick up. Okay. Is that all of them? It is not. Okay, so there is... Oh, I think there's one down near the docks. I'll have to go get it. I'll go grab that before I end up going to talk to Baldrin, or Baldrin. I can't remember. I've actually heard his name said, and I can't remember how it goes. Oh, we're going to have to... So this right here, I'm glad they made this a little bit easier. So you have to, at points, use emotes. And so they've made it a little easier where you don't have to go search for it. You just go up here and click whatever the correct emote is. Although I will have to, at some point, I will have to pull some emotes out. And I'm going to show him disappointment. That's very, very disappointed. Yep. Okay. He's kind of just telling us his story, and now we're going to rally. And this is literally just to get you used to the idea of using emotes. Quite literally all it is. Alright, so we did that. We cheered up the captain. Now we're going to go talk to this person. Man, it's really, really nice to play this again. It's been months since I played it all. And it's been a long time since I played a character from the start. It's been a very, very long time since I played the starting character. Let's see. Yep. Get some equipment. Stuff like this gets you some equipment to use pretty early on. Let's see. I'm seeing... Oh, it's on the lower. Oh, yeah. I got to go outside. That's why. Okay, that's why I can't see it. Whoop, let me pull that back up. Whoops, I did not mean to hit that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Now, my UI setup is probably a little different. I don't use an MMO mouse like a lot of people do. I actually use one that's better for like FPS games. But my thumb, I don't really have the dexterity in my thumb to work like a 12-button MMO mouse. I can't hit the buttons, especially towards the back. And so what I do is I use the old G502 Hero mouse. It's basically the, you know, the granddaddy of FPS mice. But it has enough functionality in a thing called G-Shift. And so what I do is I use it to get to these control buttons. And so all the control ones are set up. And then I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because I can get those within reach of my left hand. And that's kind of how I work it. And I use G-Shift to do the rest of it. Let's see, let's go ahead and pick up that. I was going to go get, let's see, Hawker's Alley. Yep, I bet that's the one right there I need to get. So let's go to Hawker's Alley. I want to go ahead and get all these because, let's see, I'm trying to remember. Yes, I think I can go this way. Oh, yeah. Listening, my fan on my computer started spinning up. I am pushing it. I am pushing the processor fairly hard. I mean, not like ridiculously hard, but I am pushing it a little hard because I want to get the best resolution out of this I can, and I want to make sure that whatever I upload is uploaded as smoothly as possible. And so I do push this new computer a little bit. All right, so we're gonna pick this up. And now I have the full attunement. Now it'll let me go to one of these and actually use it to go outside. I'm gonna run down here too because it looks like we have got somebody to talk to. We do. Now this is also the Thieves Guild. I played the Thieves a little bit at one point, like way back when. I just never really cared for the. I never really did care for the play style of the Thief, but maybe it's something I'll try again. I mean, it's one of those deals. Every time I've played this game, and that's one of the reasons I haven't played this in months, is because I was playing this hard before I started this. Before I started this Eternal Alt type thing, I was playing like one game and just absolutely burning myself out on it. So like on this one here, and I still actually have a little bit of playtime with it. I'm playing on playtime that I bought months ago. But basically what ended up happening was I bought all this playtime, and then I was playing it just super hardcore every day. I mean, I don't have, but usually an hour or two a day to game, especially during the week. On the weekends, sometimes I have a little more. That's what's happened now. I'm actually playing this on a Saturday, and nobody needs anything from me at the moment, which is unusual. But anyhow, I would just like, I had to grind on it, and I never was catching up. And I was paying for, and I probably still have it. I've been paying for extra. You get retainers that can go do jobs for you, can sell for you on the marketplace and stuff like that. I was paying for them to do stuff, and I was doing that. I was paying, it's just, I was paying for the upgrade on the app to be able to send them on adventures and stuff to get items. And I was paying all this money, and then I'd get home and have like an hour to play, or something would happen and I couldn't play. And I just kept feeling like, and it was stupid. I realize now it was stupid to feel that way, but I felt like I was wasting the money, And so the thing that, when I started kind of going through all these different, started playing different MMOs and doing different things, at that point I was like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? I like playing the game, but, why am I playing to the point of burnout? And so that's when I started kind of floating around different games, and I stopped really concerning myself with being the best. I wasn't trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak. My people in my guild were way ahead of me. So be it. Whatever. I enjoy playing the game, and that's the thing. That's where the Eternal Alt came from. It's I finally refound the joy in playing video games, and so I will play this to the point when I get, if I get burnt out, playing between different games, which I think it'll take a little bit longer to burn out, just because I'm not going to be only playing this. I mean, I'll play this one today. I may play it again, then in a couple days, or I may, wake up tomorrow and go, hey, you know what? I want to play a little Guild Wars, and I'll play Guild Wars 2. It's just it's a mindset and something I enjoy, but I kind of hate it because the whole time I'm not playing this game, I'm thinking about and remembering how good an MMO it actually is, and that's it's kind of sad when you're not playing it because you feel burnt out on it, but you still go, man, that's still such a fun game. And so I'm hoping, sticking with this Eternal Alt kind of gaming style will end up paying big rewards just in the fact that I will enjoy gaming again, or enjoy MMOs again. And so far, it's worked great. Before I even started the channel, I was doing this for a couple of months. I hadn't obviously played Final Fantasy XIV, but I had picked up, I'd started a character in DCUO, and I picked up a new character in Guild Wars 2. I'd also popped one open in Neverwinter and was messing with it. And so I was, kind of floating around and just really enjoying it, going between them, just whatever sounded fun today, that's what I did. And so, I'm hoping that, this series will serve a couple of purposes. I mean, yes, I want to show y'all the Eternal Alt lifestyle, the deciding to go back and forth between games to where you're not necessarily, you don't feel like you have to play one game forever and ever and ever. You're stuck in that, you've signed that, like I said in the video that I made about the mentality of the Eternal Alt, where you don't feel like you are, you've signed some kind of a lifetime contract with these games. What you've really done is you signed up to have fun. And so that's really, if you're having fun, that is literally the entire point of the game. That's all that really counts, is, are you having fun with the game? Kind of went the wrong way, or the long way, I should say here, but that's all right. I was talking, and sometimes when I talk, I wander. But besides the, showing y'all how I play games too, this is also an opportunity to show a person that's looking around. Maybe they're looking for a new MMO. Maybe they're looking for a second MMO. And this is a chance to show those folks what the games look like from the beginning. It also, eventually I will get into games I've never played before, like World of Warcraft. I have never played World of Warcraft. And I honestly think that's a shame. I don't know, people will say Warcraft Classic, play. I'm going to actually try both of them out at some point. Not quite ready to do that yet because I don't want to carry 2 subs in a game, and so I don't want to have to do that. All right, we're going to take maim. So we hadn't even gotten out of the city yet and killed the first enemy, and I'm already into the second weapon skill, which is awesome. All right, we're going to pick that up, pick up the next quest, and I'm going ahead, like I'm grabbing these because I'm going to have to go outside and start killing enemies eventually. All right, I'll do all that. And so, let's see, Lower Lanicea. That's where we're gonna have to get to. Oh, over there. Seem to remember I almost always bypass this, or almost bypass it. All right, let's go. Yeah, everything's pretty much outside the gates now, so let's go ahead and teleport to Middle Lanicea. So this is the outer world area. It's telling me about battle, which I'm already comfortable with. And so we're going to run up and hit us some enemies. And so here, just kind of to show what it is we're doing. Yes, I know, binding items. So what we're doing here, I've got my heavy swing. That's my first attack. So I get that at level 1. You can see that at the bottom. Over here is main, and its combo action is heavy swing. So if you hit just with it regularly, it's got a potency of 100, but if you're using it as a combo action, it's a potency of 250. So swing, or heavy swing into main. Poof. Simple. Very easy combos. Easy for brand new players to pick it up. Alright, grab you. Whoops. I use a very interesting target. I don't use tab for target. I actually use Q. Again, a bit of a... Oh, hey, we got a fate. Again, a bit of a... the reason I use Q, it's a bit of a limitation with my fingers. I can't in quick succession... Oops. Let's see if I hit the right enemy here. I can't always reach tab easily, and so I've moved it to something that's a little less important than switching enemies. Old folks like myself cannot always do this. It's one of the things about keyboard and mouse MMOs that I greatly appreciate. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's a lost lamb. Kill him. And then we'll run over here. I need more lost lambs. Oh, there they come. Oh, there comes one anyway. There comes two. I got a couple. Hello. Hey, why can't I get back to you? There we go. Like a little bit of a lag or something there. It didn't quite pick up. There we go. I may not have been quite close enough either. Alright, got him. Alright, got him. Alright, so we've leveled up and we've completed the fate. One thing about fates, I talked about this a little bit in the Guild Wars 2, one of those videos, but Guild Wars 2 does the absolute best job ever of being able to allow players to come back to worlds, come back to levels, to low-level areas, and participate. Because in that situation, Guild Wars 2 allows you to, like if you're level 80, which is the max out level, if you're level 80 with a full complement of capability, you keep all that capability. It just scales you down to where you can't just completely blow everything up. You still kind of can, but it's a very well done way of keeping you. It's a very well done way of keeping it to where people can come back into those low levels, help friends out, and stuff like that. But it also respects the fact that they spent the time powering up to that level. So you know, my Necro, which is my most powerful character, I have some very strong capabilities, and when I go back to a low-level area, I'm able to fight where there's still some stakes involved. I could still be killed, technically, although it would be very difficult with the amount of skills I have at my disposal. But I have, all those skills, and so I think it's a very well done way of showing respect to the players that have spent the time to level up, but also does respect the low-level players who are trying to level up in the area so that they don't feel like they're not doing anything. The second best version of that is Final Fantasy XIV. So they have like those fates. All right, let's see here. They have those fates, and all that stuff is just wonderful. Oh, let's get the shovel here. So I'm just going ahead like I'm doing a playthrough. I made that decision already so that you understand. We're doing side quests so you can see what it really does look like. I don't know why I was kind of thinking let's just burn through the story. I'm not showing you the story anyway, or at least much of it, because I don't want you to get it completely spoiled. At least not until much later. And so, yeah, there we go. Let me pick that up. So anyway, in this, you can go back to low level areas as a high level, and they have those fates. Also, in the combat system, you can go into those, and they scale you down to a level. So let's just say the max level in a raid or a fate was like 20. Well, if you're level 50 here, you would be scaled down to a level 20, but they would also block your powers that you've picked up. And what that ends up meaning is all these powers that you've picked up and you've gotten used to using in a high level rotation, you lose them for that raid, for that fate, or whatever. And so it kind of makes it difficult because you've gotten used to this particular rotation, or you've gotten good at that, and you'll find yourself not looking at the bars, but actually just punching the buttons, and powers that were working before are no longer working now, and that's just because you don't have access to that power, and it'll throw you off sometimes when you're in a dungeon or a raid or something like that, and you're like, what the heck, where are my powers? Or it's really bad when you're a healer in there and you're trying to heal and you punch the button and the button doesn't work. And all of a sudden you've got a tank or a DPS that's almost dead and you're scrambling like, oh, wait a minute, what can I use? What can I use? And you have to kind of go back and remember it. I'm sure some people are better at that kind of thing than I am, but that is one kind of pain in my rear. It's one of the reasons I like to end up DPSing more than tanking or healing, just because when I get used to a rotation, or I get used to a power being at a certain spot and it's not there anymore, it does throw me off. Oh, I almost forgot. I got attuned to Aetherites. Man, it's so weird because I'm not remembering to do these basic things. So I've learned teleport, so I can now teleport for some cash to here. I'm going to try not to spend cash on teleports because I don't have very much cash. Gil is obviously the Final Fantasy currency. Okay, that's interesting. If you see Traveler out beside their name, this is a person that's actually visiting this world. They're from they're from the same server cluster, but it's a different world. All right, there's Stelborn. Baderon, maybe that's how you say his name. All right. There's a shady looking individual. All right. So he was a captain back in the day. We'll take the Disciple of War boots. That's something else I haven't really looked to see if I've picked up any gear. I don't think I really have. Let's see. So Berserk. Let's see, I think I started those there. So I've got a line up here where I run my... this is a line here where I run buffs. Oh yeah, you'll let me pick up that. Awesome. And I'm seeing this guy. Alright, gear. Yeah, I need to check and see what I have. Yeah, really all I got is boots, so we'll replace boots. Now that's going to throw the boots into an armory chest, which... yeah, I didn't go back through and see how much of it I had actually re-added to the game. So I've got that. I'm just going to grab a couple things real quick. Logs. I'll need a hunting log out. And I'll probably need emotes at some point. Trying to think if there's anything else I'll have to have, like soon anyway. And not really. I'll need chocobo saddlebags. I'll throw it on there, but I don't have it yet. But that's something I'll need eventually. And so here, if you're never really sure about what the better gear is to put on, you actually have a recommended gear button. So anything that's inside your armory chest, which I have right now, just the Hyuran boots, humans basically in this game, that kind of stuff. See, it's got a ring for me, so it'll equip the ring automatically for me. That kind of thing. That's really all they do with this. And anything you like as a style, don't ever throw it out, because when I get to a certain point in here, I will be able to take and put those styles into the transmog system. I don't really know what else to call it. I can't remember what the actual name for it is, but you basically could put it into a list of items and would be able to bring it back out as a style later on. If you're an MMO player, you know the ultimate end game has nothing to do with raids. It's all about fashion. I have been known before to get my daughter to help me on female characters to make them look better. She has opinions. Alright, let's go up here and pick up the oranges. And of course, I know I still got these two over here that I need to... Oh, I think that's what it was. I think I was just too far away. There we go. Either that or there's something kind of laggy going on. I hope my software's not messed up. I do this in Logitech G Hub. And G Hub does occasionally have problems. But it's the one that's stored on the computer. Maybe I need to, maybe when I'm playing Final Fantasy, I need to turn the onboard memory on and just run it off the onboard, because the onboard never fails. Maybe something I do at some point. It's a pain in the butt to remember to turn the onboard memory on and off, because as I go to other games, I just play through. Alright. And complete. Oh, and picking up another one. One thing that's a little annoying about this game too, I have very few complaints about Final Fantasy XIV, but one of them is the system of doing your quests. So if I was to go pick up a level 10 quest, it will let me sometimes pick up a higher level quest, but if I'm not that level when I go to turn it in, I can't turn it in. So I was good enough to go do it, but I'm not good enough to turn it in. That does kind of get a bit annoying. Alright. Most certainly not the best at this game, but I do okay at it. Yeah, there's like a little bit of a delay. I don't have that on any other game that I use this in either. Alright, knock him off. We'll run back up the mountain. This part right here is kind of the pain. The running everywhere when you get started. Once you've gotten to the point where you've got a mount, this gets a lot easier. Once you've completed the content and gotten a whoops, there we go. Once you've gotten through the content and completed all that, you actually get to fly, and that, oh my goodness makes some difference. That makes a ton of difference. Because flying in this is very satisfying. Alright, so I've done everything out here that I can do. And I can't present myself to him for inspection because I don't have all the gear I need. So we're going to go, I think, to Lower Laodicea. So I need to probably go back. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to have to run back. It's my only option. We'll run through the hatchlings and the clouds and all that stuff. Over the bridge. Enjoy the world as it is. Rogue River has become a breeding ground for the giant carnivorous fish. I'm just going to have to let them ride. Trying to get on to the next little part here. Okay. There's the Chocobo Keep. Okay, we're going to go running back through here. And I need to... Let's report to the Marauders Guild and to Bardron so that way we can go ahead and get a little bit more gear. Aethernet. Alright, let's see. I'm going to go to the upper deck of Limsa. We'll go to the aft castle. We'll run south first and pick up whatever they had down there. I have also got a bunch of stuff up here I need to pick up. Let's see. Go this way, I think. Is that right? Or is it? Nope, that's one sending me outside. So did I not have a turn-in down here? I guess I did not. It just looked like it. The map. Yeah, it's just the way it was setting on the map. Oh, I had one up there. Did I have that turnaround in my head? I probably did. Knowing me, I probably had that mixed up in my head. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to the Culinarians Guild and turn in that one. Alright, we're going to turn in the lamb. They're going to cook it, and I'm going to take the Disciples of War hand there. Now, one thing that I can do, I don't have to keep running back to see if I've got what I need. It will tell me here when that unlocks from red, so I just have to keep going until it unlocks, and then poof, I'll be able to. Whoops! Well, darn it! Thought I could turn left there. I cannot. Well, we just have to go this way. I get turned around in Limsa sometimes. Would help if I played, you know, if I didn't stop playing for months at a time. I'm kind of hoping this will be one of those games that I can just keep playing off and on, you know. I'll have to find, I may have to at some point search for a, what did I pick at? I may at some point have to search for a guild that's like a bunch of solo players that they just let you hang on if you step away for a couple of weeks. Alright, now he wants me to do the level 5 part, which is fine. Gives me the hunting log, and that's that right there that we'll need. Hunting log is a pretty big deal. Alright, we're going to go downstairs to talk to Broenbar. And we run downstairs, and we run downstairs. And there's Broenbar. Okay, and now he's sending us to speak to somebody else. This is most certainly Final Fantasy XIV, that you most certainly deal with the old fetch quests. Again, I like the way Guild Wars 2 does that better. Out of all the MMOs I've played, basically Final Fantasy XIV and Guild Wars 2 would be 1A and 1B. And by the time I go to play Warcraft at some point, World of Warcraft, hopefully that'll be, 1C. It's one of those things you enjoy the games for what they are, you appreciate them for what they do well, and you kind of just look past what they don't do so well. Alright, eye patch, good. So we should be getting pretty close to having the gear we need, so I'm going to grab that, pull that up, so eye patch it is. Let's see, oh, I had turned off so I don't see the helmet. Gloves, there. Alright. I'll do that. And yep, that was enough to open that up. So wonderful. Okay. So we're going to run back over here. Now I'm going to go ahead, I think, and complete some of the other outside missions. They give you so much to do in these old games as far as side quest goes. And really all they do is flesh out the world. It's not a necessity. You don't have to do them, but there is something that's kind of annoying about looking at a... Oh, I almost forgot we got to do these too. We got the dwarf rats and... Alright. Killing some ladybugs. Alright. Alright, picked up that. You can see as I'm completing those entries, it's giving me little bits of XP. And those bits of XP get bigger and bigger. Okay, sending me across here. And you kind of want to keep your eyes open for any of those little, yeah, like see above it looks like a coin sign to me. That's what I just see when I look at it. But that little yellow sign above them, that means that is part of your hunting log, and you definitely want to attack and kill those. Got there fast enough to get to use the main. Alright, knock down another one. And I've got my, if you're looking for it, my experience bars up at the top. That's where I kind of throw it just out of the way. I try to keep my eyes on the bottom half of the screen when it comes to combat. Alright, Disciple of War, pick that up, grab that. She's going to send me back this way. Okay. Cry me a liver. The puns. Now, some of my least favorite characters to fight, or some of my least favorite enemies to fight, are the toads. Because these guys, when you're playing a melee, it really doesn't matter. But when you're playing like a ranged character, it is a huge pain in the butt, because these river toads, or any toads, have this long sticky tongue. So if you're fighting from a distance and you shoot them, they will hit you. Alright, they will grab you with that tongue and yank you into them, and they'll throw off your rotation, and they're just a pain. So far we're not having any trouble. I really didn't expect to. I mean, warrior, you'll see as I get further into it, it's very hard to kill a warrior. I mean, if you can keep any kind of a rotation going, it's very, very hard to kill a warrior character. All right. Yep, got there. Kill that guy. Hi, Dodo. Now, what'll really get fun is when I'm able to kind of switch up and take on. There we go. Roll actions. So that'll be another. Put that in the buff. So it's a defensive capability there. Let's see. So down here, this is kind of my buff bar. It's where I tend to throw them, and then I'll have other buff bar actions I'll use, like over here. So if I've got any extra, that's kind of where it'll overflow to. All right, he is going to tell me about where the heart is. So let's go up here. We've got all these quests to pick up. So let's turn that in. Knock, do that. I'll pick up his quest, and then I'm gonna run down here and show you the where the heart is thing. So it's player housing, is what it is. Player housing is very hard to come by. I wish it was a little easier. You can do, well, you used to be able to. I think you still can. I don't think anything's changed majorly in that, but you're able to do like an apartment in the area, but it's not a house. You can still decorate it and all that good stuff, but it's not quite the same. All right, nice comb here. Gotta comb the sheep. Gotta get the lice out. Keep forgetting to use the handy dandy little button there. Well, I would look relieved too if you were combing lice out of me. That's awful. All right. Now we're going to run back up the hill. Oh, I'm already kind of down in the area. Let's just go ahead and do the mist part here, where we go and look at the housing area. It's not that big a deal. They used to actually make you go around the whole area and pick up Aethernet crystals, but they've kind of stopped doing that. This is generally now just to let you know, if you're a new player, that there is housing. So you walk up here, you can pick a specified ward. It doesn't really matter for the purposes of this quest. Like I said, it's very hard to get housing. We'll just go to the first ward. It all looks the same. And so what you got here is this absolutely beautiful beachfront town is basically what it is. And it has vendors and stuff like that. It's a cool way to do player housing. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really cool way to do player housing. There's just not enough of it to go around. So in the housing, these are all actual spots. And so these are actually specific houses that only a specific player can own. And so if you were lucky enough to beat the people to the auction to get the house, and you managed to get a house, if you walk over here and like that right there, like that one up here was your house, that is legitimately your house in this section. Nobody else in this particular section can have that house. And so now there's multiple wards, and so there's multiple versions of that house, but this particular ward, you are the only one that can have that. And then you've got the Aethernet shard here. You can go kind of look around. This right here, I think, is the hotel, the top mast. It's usually the hotels are put in a decent area, not the best area, because they want the houses, the things that people spend time keeping up with, to actually you know, have the best views, but it's still not a bad place to live. And we'll leave residential because we've done our part there. All right. We're going to run up the hill here. We're up the side of the hill now. Get to our friend here. We'll complete that one. He's going to give us something else because that's how these quests go. Alright, let me go down here, talk to him. Token? Ekhan? I have no idea how you would say that name. I have no idea how you pronounce those names. Alright, Aethernet Mist is now available. So now I can go to the Mist if I want to. Once I've built up some real money, I'll probably get an apartment in one of the places. It'll probably be the Mist because I almost always... There's a point in here where you get to choose which one of the basically the big guilds you want to join. It's not a player guild. It's a... did I not... Oh, wrong one. Am I too far away? I was too far away. Okay. Range. You got to stay within range. It's like, just move me up the step I needed. Come on. But anyway, it's not like... It's a major overarching guild. It's one that's a guild of the game itself. And so... You join those, and you join player-made guilds. Like the one I'll join here, I think they're called the Maelstrom, if I remember. That sounds right. Let's see, I'm missing a... Yep, over here. The Maelstrom is the one I usually end up joining because I just like being kind of in Limsa. Like I said, it kind of goes back and forth between Gridania and Limsa. Gridania, I do like the mountainous area and all that. And who knows, I may end up joining the Maelstrom and then put my apartment in Gridania. We'll see what I end up doing. Where is... Oh, there he is. So the little circle thing up here will tell me if I'm up or if I'm too high or too low, or if I'm on the right level. If I'm on the right level, it doesn't have any kind of arrow. Let's go out and see what this is. I haven't... got a piece of a quest here I haven't done. Oh yeah, there's moles or something down here. Oh, and look at that. Something from a hunting log. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's do... Alright, here we go. Why is it not... I am having... I may end up having to put this... Yeah, I may end up having to redo this. 'Cause I'm having... like some trouble. There we go. I mean, sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't. It's honestly, it's probably the Logitech G Hub. The software is not perfect, but it's intuitive enough. I understand it, so that may be the problem. I may have to go back. Come on. There we go. I may end up having to go back and redo. Alright, let's kill this guy. I've already done enough to kill him. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's like there's just a slight delay. Oh, I think there's a way up here. Go this way around. Go under whatever that is, the guard tower breezeway or whatever. Yeah, that's a little easier to get around. And then we'll have to go a little north to pick up those. Oops. There we go. And of course, they have something else they'd like me to do. You can get into these pretty easily. Now, I will tell you, you don't have to do all these little side quests. If you don't care, the main quest line is more than enough to level you up and keep you at the level that you need to be. I just, especially the early levels here, I may bypass some later on, but the early levels here, this is the way I would normally play it, so I'm going to play it like I normally would. Okay, I've got lavender field here. Use the nectar. Alright, kill that one. That's right, so give me more. And got him. And got him. Okay, so killed that. And back up. And yes, it's tedious. Oh, I've gotten up to 10 newsletters. I've got some stuff. So on this account, there's kind of like in Guild Wars 2, a lot of the stuff that you purchase is actually account-wide. Some of it is not, some of it is. And so I've got some account-wide stuff, I'm sure. I'm sure I've got some mounts, and I've probably got some outfits or something. I'm sure it's stuff like that. Oh, I have to pick. I don't like to pick. Okay, we'll take that one. Gear would probably be more helpful to me right now than just a little extra cash. And I almost forgot, I need to put some new leather mitts. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, we'll sort the bag here. Get our potions and stuff in one spot. I'm going to throw some potions down here. I rarely end up needing them on a... I rarely end up needing them on a Marauder, but crazy things do occasionally happen. Alright, let's hit our sprint. It doesn't last very long, but it'll cut a couple seconds off the run anyway. And basically having a chocobo at some point, that will be even a little bit better for us. Okay. Talk to him, give him the sack of fleece. And he's happy, and now they want more. So we're going to do more. Because we're heroes, and we do hero things. Alright, let's see. And there's Ishushu. And we got his part over here. Go talk to Wintzern. I swear, whoever came up with the naming convention for that race literally just said, let's slap some random letters down and call it words. That is literally what they did. Okay, back over here. Let's see, and we got to do some something there, and then we've got another quest over there. I'll go ahead and clear it. Like I said, I won't do this for every level. I'll just do it here in the low levels. I guess if nothing else, it'll get me a little bit of a head start going into deeper into the game. Storyteller done. Since I'm already over here, I'm going to run over here and fight the Galagos. There's a dodo. Starting to get into some higher level areas. Now this is kind of like capping where I'm at level wise. It won't cap my level, but I'm getting to where this is like the higher levels of what I can fight reasonably. Yeah, I didn't have any chance to do that fate. Alright, killed him. Another Galago. Alright. Okay, let's see if we can get this. And one more to go. Don't want to hit him. Those Gobus are a little stout for this area. They're kind of there as like a, hey, watch out. Don't just go firing willy-nilly. Because if you do, they will slap you down. Okay, we're going to talk to Brohenrut. Okay, he's going to send us in the cave. So I've got to find a gas plume. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit the crystal. Okay. Let's go over here. We've got another gas plume. Oops. Why is it so strange? I'm not sure why I'm having this kind of weird interaction going on with my setup here, but I literally don't have that problem with any other game I'm running. Alright. Kill the cloud. Alright, let's come back around over here. We've done our part there. Turn this in, go turn the other couple in. Take the leggings. Grab that, we'll throw those on. Still haven't gotten a chest piece yet. She needs a chest piece for sure. Okay. And we're just going to run. Enjoy the windmills in the background. The beautiful scenery. Jump over those. And yes, I put on auto run and just kind of maneuver the maneuver the cursor. Let's see. Go ahead and talk to him since I've already got a turn in. And he can have the flower. We'll take the pot helm. We'll give us something else. because we don't have anything to do. Still working with the same. I do need to hurry up and get back to the guild because I'm still working with the same weapon. I could technically just buy one here at the merchant, but I'm going to be given one for free, and it's not like I'm sitting on a truckload of gil either. I've got 2,200, almost 23. And so, oh man, sending me back over there. So yeah, 2,200, 2,300 gil. I could buy one, but I don't want to just throw the gil away because I'm going to need that to work like teleportation and stuff like that. Later in the game, it doesn't matter as much because you got more money, but like as a starting character, I have little of nothing. And I don't even have a retainer yet selling anything for me in the marketplace. So all right. Talk to him. Talk to Wayhoy Mahoy. Alright, so I gotta slay some kobolds. Ah, there you are. Supplicant. Alright. Yeah, it is like really delayed for some reason. I'm not sure why. A little. I'm wondering if I probably need to do the onboard memory because I think maybe it's just a little more than the G-Hub can handle, possibly. Because like I'm tapping a button and it should just automatically start the attack, and I'm just kind of just sitting there. It's not doing the thing that it's supposed to do. Okay. I don't know how much fun it is to watch, but I have to say I'm enjoying myself. It's been a little while since I've had a character start. The last time I did a character, and just to kind of tell you, I spent money because I'd already played through the storylines up until the point where the cutoff in the storyline advancement goes. And so I bought a storyline advancement and I bought one character advancement and basically just picked up, started playing, and then I went back and started unlocking other characters that I liked. And so doing one here and starting kind of from the ground level like everybody else, it's like it's kind of neat, you know. It's been a while since I've done that. All right. Telling me about the kobolds. All right, let's see. Okay. And over here, Skarmnahar. Skarmnahar. That's what we're going to say. That's his name, Skarmnahar. So we've still got several of these duties. We've got a. I may see if I can expand the list. I kind of the way I've started doing. I used to like the duty list was the thing that got like the least amount of room, and so showing 5 duty quests is, I think that's pretty much the standard that it starts with. But I think can increase or decrease that, and so I think I'm going to increase that because duty list it's just kind of one of those things. It's like it's in the way, and I kind of I hated seeing all those quests lined up like that. But now I'm like, it would really help if I could see them all as I go. All right, so we'll pick that up. Going back into the cave, because that's all we do is go in and out of this cave. All right, that's putting something on the back wall there. Destination. So let's set the crate of meat. And then we go back over here, and it looks like we're going to hide. We're going to ambush them. We're going to ambush them, and then I'm going to figure out why in the world my G-Hub is not doing very well. I've used the G-Hub software before, but I usually do it. Yeah, see, I can't attack. It finally picked it up. And then it works fine. Yeah, I probably need to do the internal. Yeah, because it won't attack. Just attack. Do what I tell you. Don't need anything too difficult. I just need it to work. It will not attack. There we go. Finally. All right. Yeah, I'll figure it out after I shut down. I'll go figure it out. Right now we're in low level. It really doesn't matter. It'll matter, when we have to start running duties and stuff, and I need the buttons to function so that I don't end up causing trouble for anybody else. That's something I definitely don't want to do. I don't want to make it harder for the group around me because my button setup is not working. Okay. So after having played Guild Wars 2 and been able to get a mount early, I will say another complaint I do have on Final Fantasy 14 is this is the point where it starts getting monotonous. The run back and forth, the back and forth. It would be nice to have a mount. Now, we get one pretty early in the quest lines, but if you're doing this, if you're one of those people that's a completionist and you just have to do all the side quests, that doing this right here would definitely get annoying. All right, let's see what okay, so that's up in there. I could cross. See, like here, I need to go across the way back to the cave that I just came from. I need to cross back over there, but literally all I can do, I can hit sprint, and for a few seconds I hit a decent pace, and then it runs off and I'm back to running along slow as Christmas. Now, I would really hammer on this if it wasn't for the fact that you can't buy a fast moving mount. Oh, hey, got a craftsman piece there. You can't just go buy like a fast moving mount and poof be. Well, so here's one of those things. The recommended gear doesn't necessarily mean that the computer thinks it's the best piece for you. So I just put a level 8 gear piece on with 1 strength and 1 dexterity. Recommended gear is still the old weathered choker that has multiples. Dexterity, vitality, mind, intelligence, strength, and so that's the one that the computer recommends, and so that's what I'll stick with. Yeah, it would definitely be nice if we could get mounts earlier, uh, in like an early quest line, like level 5, not having to work it through the storyline. But as I was saying, it would bother me more if I did not know that you could not just go buy a mount in the store. So you do have to do the quest, you do have to earn it to get the most basic mount. So I mean, in that way, yeah, it's a complaint. But on the other side of that, they could have easily turned that into a pain point to make you open the store, and they didn't do that. So, all right, let's go back this way. So yeah, see, I still got all this to pick up. So let's go ahead and do these. Axe in the stone. So this is the one for my this is the one for my quest line. Which means basically once I finish this, I'll be able to turn right back around and do the level 10 quest for the Marauder. And you want to make sure you do your class quests because you get capabilities with those. So you get new abilities, and some of those abilities you just cannot get without doing your class quests. We're going to run over here very slowly. All right. Across the bridge. If I recall, I got to break rocks or something. Oh, I don't want to fight him. You leave me alone. Oh. So, over here, yeah, I've got something to do, but I also want to do this because it is another. There we go. Kill that. And then I gotta, whoops, destroy that. Alrighty. Alright, knock that one down. Whoops. Thought I hit the button. I did not. That time was not the button, it was me. Okay, so I did that. Alright, so I've done that. Let me go finish this off. And take that out. Yep, beast gauge. Alright. Did it not give me the beast gauge? It did not. The heck? Oh, I don't know what's going on with this. Logitech, you're making my life miserable. Worst comes to worst, if I can't figure out why the software is acting funny on the automatic setup, I'll just flip it over to the... I'll put my profile on the other end of it. Do it offline memory. Because that has always worked. Okay, so like down there, that's crossing over into another area. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I don't want to get to the point that I'm just running all over forever. I do want to go ahead and get my class quest moved on to the next one. But I also need to go up here, and then this is the actual main storyline quest, so I need to progress it. And like I said, all these extras that I'm doing, totally not necessary. The only thing you have to do to level up a character is to do the main storyline and, of course, your class quest so you can get the abilities you need. But other than that, you can bypass all these extras. I just want to to me, I want to clear them early on, because that's helped me also get to level 10 a little bit faster, and you know, I like to stay just a little ahead of the curve. All right, so we're gonna complete the Kobolds Ahoy, pick up that, and then we definitely taking the axe. I need the axe. All right, we'll do that. All right, so I shall lay before you the sorry tale. Abductions, scrutinized. Yeah, I'm not gonna go super deep into the weeds as to what's going on here. All right. Bonk. There is fall damage, by the way. If you were wondering, it heals pretty quick though. All right, let's go. Down here. All right. And not showing up there. Oh, wait a minute. I remember. This one throws you off a little bit because there's a cave, I think, on the other side of this, and it goes kind of under the water. That's why it's showing up in the water and I can't see it. Ooh, I think we get to finally meet one of our new friends too. Oh, hey, look. I may be going the wrong way looking for that cave, but I did run into something I need to kill, so works fine. I'm wondering where my beast gauge is. I should have beast gauge on. I don't know what the heck that was. Okay, are y'all back with me? Okay. I am not sure what the heck that was. Everything good? Anyway, yeah, there's my beast gauge. I should have beast gauge. I was gonna say, I thought I saved it to that area. I guess it's just not capable right now. All right. So it's not attacking again. So in this game, tanks have to actually turn their enmity on, which is aggro, and so there's an actual power you fire, and when you turn it on, you then become a tank, basically. Otherwise, you're just kind of DPSing like everybody else. Alright, I think I've gone the wrong way around looking for this. Yeah, I'm running away from the area arc, or whatever you call it. I know there's a cave, I just got to find it. Oh, well, there's something else I need to kill. Great. Because, yeah, it's like right there. I haven't found the cave entrance yet. But I will find it. Oh. That's an AoE. I'm not on the right. is it not attacking? Oh, I put it in the wrong spot. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm here in a 3-person fight. One of them higher level than me, and I'm just ramming an AOE and and basically just forcing my way through it. I was actually ended up a little bit of an error on my part of how I decided to go through that, because I could have done this picking them off one at a time, but instead, let's get that AOE rolling. Come on. I'll probably, once I get done, I'll try to fix this and log back on a little later to see if I can see if the, yeah, it's because it won't swing. I'm pushing the button, it won't swing. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. Something's off kilter. If worse comes to worse, I'll just reset everything up in the internal memory, and I know it'll work because it literally does every time. All right, let's hit that potion. I hate to have to use those, but that's what they're there for, right? He will not. She won't swing. There we go. Finally. Arg. Arg. All right, let's see here. I know there's a cave that gets me there. I just don't remember where the cave is. Oh, this sucks. Oh, I think I just saw it. I think I just saw the entrance. There it is. We found it. Oh, and now I need to kill boggies. Keep completing that hunting quest. It's a big part of getting your levels up early on. There's really good pointage in that, and then you eventually you'll get your guild's hunting quest too. The main one, so like the one I'll be in is the Maelstrom. Alright, drop that guy. Pick that up. Okay. Now, let's see. So I'm going to get scaled down, I'm sure. I don't know what abilities I'll actually have access to, because I'm about to start a instance. And so special instances here, it's going to max me out at level 9. I was level 11. So if I picked up any abilities at 10 or 11, I don't get access to those. It's holding my level.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die. Thus reads the sailor's requiem, carved into yonder stone.
And I don't want to give too much away. Just kind of let you hear the voice acting. We've ended up having a injured animal here come in. Now, that character there is Isolde, I think's how her name is said. And she's one of the... You end up joining all kinds of different groups and societies in this game. Just get used to it. That's how they roll. I absolutely love how they they've crafted all this to where you really do feel a part of the world. Just gonna keep attacking here. Alright, so let's see. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't use... I wanted to use my... Why are you not attacking? There we go. Just gonna keep hitting this guy here because buff myself. Alright, now we're knocking these folks off. Just gotta kill them all. Alright. Of course, down he goes.
Phew.
And we find our first crystal. And this is kind of the source of some of our power as we go. I'll kind of let you just see a little of it.
Hear, feel, think.
All right. And you're seeing a little of the calamity. I'll drop out of that. The cutscenes in this game are second to none. I mean, I absolutely love how they do these. But this is, as I said much earlier, I think I said it anyway, Final Fantasy XIV is more of an RPG MMO, not so much an MMO RPG. It has all the MMO things, but the story is what really you're pushing for. If you're not a story-driven kind of person, that going through the Realm Reborn part could be a little bit of a slog. Now, if you're in a position where you're like, well, I want to play the game, I just don't want to have to go through that part of the storyline, because the Realm Reborn is the one that it just kind of goes on and on and on. You can just buy a pass to bypass that storyline. You can actually buy passes to bypass all the storyline up to the latest expansion. But if you didn't want to do that and play through the rest of it, you could do that. You could just buy the one single pass and bypass the storyline. Considering we're trying to do like a reasonably normal playthrough, that's not what I'm, doing. All right, so we'll hand over that. All right. I'm going to take more regular potions. I'm probably not going to get too deep into somebody that needs mana right now. Alright, we're going to collect that. And we'll go ahead and do his next portion. So we got to get the slacking yeoman to get up and start working. Let's see. What do you think is in his mug? Swill wine. Well, you're right about the swill part. Reckon it might be. All right. moving on to the next one. Let's see here. Where are you? Outside the thing, maybe? I don't think that the circle doesn't expand into there. So he's got to be around here somewhere. I'm just missing him. Wait a minute, on this side maybe? Aha. Very sneaky how that is up there in the thing. What do you eat for breakfast? Let's go ash tuna. How'd you know my breath stinks? If I recall, there's no no stakes for what you choose. It's just an option to get a reaction. Oh, there he is. Eurythmus. Let's see. What did you do in his sailing days? Skirmishing. You bet bosom I did, lass. You gotta love the pirates. They're funny. All right, let's move on down the river here. All right. Oh, he's up there on the other side. I should have just kept going around. Let's see if I can find a climbing path here. Nope. I'll have to go back up and go across the bridge, it looks like. Can I get up there? Nope. Let's try this one. Can I get up here? Yes, I can. All right, he's over there, and then I got another guy back that direction. All right. Let's see. What do you reckon he says? I have saucier seeds to sow. Sounds right to me. Just pushing through. That's literally all we're doing right now is pushing through. May end up going a little over 2 hours, which that's okay. I think I'm going to try to at least make it back to Limsa before I stop. Okay. So like down there in the adjoining area, he's trying to... There's a couple of things I could do level-wise as far as quests go. Wish they had an Aethernet that covered some of these areas. Of course, like I said, once you get the flying mounts, once you're able to get a mount, just a mount in general makes it faster. A flying mount makes it extremely quick to get across the levels and areas. All right, collect that, and then sending us back down. We'll kick the speed in, might as well. We're going to get so close to these over here, I'm probably going to just go ahead and do them. Also, I got to cast doubt on Severin's actions. Alright. Got some goblins over here. They're just chilling. Okay. Well, let's cast doubt on Severin. All right. So I've got to go save the henchman. Anytime you see a ring like that, there's a fight coming up. Well, come on, swing. Oh, back up, back up. Let him blow up and then do that. Yeah, if I wasn't low level, this issue I'm having would be a problem. But I'm in a part of the game that's dang near impossible to die in, so... Let's see. I need to... Oh, man, I hadn't even put gear on. I'm doing awful. And they've told me all about putting gear on, and I still haven't done it. All right, let's throw the better axe on. We got some better leggings, and then that's just the same thing there. I don't put... Yeah, I'll put eye drops on there in case I get blinded for some reason. All right. And then we'll run back out here and talk to him. And I am going to go pick up this quest down here. I just don't see any reason not to do it. I'm already close. Your mentality does tend to change of what you do when you don't have the ability to traverse the worlds fast. Oh, it's sending me down here anyway. As part of that quest. Oh, I got to deliver the sack of oranges, and so I'll deliver the sack of oranges, and then I'll be able to actually get him to help me with something, or I'll give me a quest, I should say. All right, let's go ahead and actually do this part. Hand over the delivery, and then I got a quest there. Which sends me back up this way. I gotta go that way anyway, so why not? I'm looking at the timer, and I haven't... I mean, heck, I haven't even... I've been playing almost 2 hours. I don't even feel like I've barely gotten started. And I'm kind of thinking I'm going to kind of keep going. I'm waiting for a message to tell me that we need to be leaving in a little while, so I'm going to push a little further. Because I'm frankly just enjoying myself. Let's see. Got the Yarzan nest. Alright, we're going to use... So, AoEs in this, when you got more than one enemy or overpowered, the damage is lower per hit, but you're hitting more people with that hit. So it does make quite a bit of difference. Okay. There's another new marauder down here doing their thing. They're the bunny race. You can tell there's every one of these I end up playing a human in. I just do. I don't know. I vibe a little more with having a human character. In my mind, I kind of think of these like there's a little head cannon to them. See, I'm not going to level sync. So level sync is what allows me to go down to the lowest level that's allowed in this. I'm not going to bother with that right now. Because I am trying to get back to Limsa with as many of the quests completed as possible before I end up... Let's see. Oh, got to go back down there and talk to him. I want to get as many of those done as possible before I get back to Limsa, before I have to end up leaving And I need enough time to be able to render this out, and may or may not cut out that whatever that glitchy thing was that happened where my screen went blank for a second. That was weird. But I'll need a little bit of time to edit that and start it and get this uploaded to YouTube. And right now there's not a truckload of people watching these videos. Brand new channel, I didn't really expect that, but I am going to just enjoy playing. I will upload it into the world, and if people come along and want to watch, then they come along and want to watch. Alright, took care of him. And we're just going to make our run. All the way back up here to Summerford Farms. And then we'll have to turn in all that. Let's see. The goblins aren't paying me any attention. Run through the bramble bushes and around the rocks. And get up there to see our friend. Not seeing any. Alright, cut back up into there. It's one thing I do when I'm running. I sometimes will kind of look at the scenery around me. Okay, let's jump up here. Ah. Finally. Let's see, low blow's a pretty good action, but I'm not going to put it in one of my prime spots. Let's see, let's go there, there, and we'll throw that on, and now she's actually got some protection. The starter outfit looks a lot cuter, but cute doesn't keep you alive in combat. Alright, so let's go down here. I just feel like I need to clear this, so I'm going to clear it. Alright. Oh, it's delivering a high potion. I have one. Coincidentally, if you have not earned a high potion yet, you can buy one from the merchant, basically right behind the guy, so it's not too hard. Alright, I'm being sent over there, so first I'm going to run over here. Just cross the bridge, do this the easy way. Turn in the high potion, and then I'll run down here. And there's Wadyeloaf. Absolutely nailed that name. Alright, we'll run over here and take care of that. Let's see, stay on this side of the river, it looks like. So if you're wondering, like, too, while we're running, I got time to talk about it. Hunting logs, so like here, shows you everything you've been doing. And so really the only thing from this vicinity I have not fought is a megalo crab, and once I get that, I'll get a 2500 XP award. So I mean, it really can help you boost a character. Let's see. So I've got to get the black loam, and unfortunately, the only way I can do that is to get rid of some of these guys. And right now, everything's swinging just perfect. Up at 12 thus far. Level 12. So we're getting to the point where we're kind of starting to slap our way through these. I'll make sure to go collect all my stuff there too. Eventually. Alright, got the black loam. I'm just running away from the Auroch. I don't have any desire to go deal with him. Man, I am so close to that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I am so close to being able to clear the area, and I wonder if I could jump off that side. Nope. They don't let you. No suicidal jumping. It's actually, I think if I remember, when you jump off, if you jump off from like a super high height, the worst that will happen is you go down to 1 HP. So you don't actually die from fall damage. Although if you do fall and you're down to 1 HP and a low level enemy hits you, you're still as dead. So. Alright. Oh well, I'll have to slay some megalo crabs, and that will get my hunting log done too, so I might as well go ahead and finish that first hunting log while I'm at it. I'm still in what's generally considered a safe area, so if you look to the left of the enemies, the little sign, the emblem they have up there just tells you that they're not hostile. You have to hit them to make them hostile. And so it's come on. There we go. I bet I know why I haven't got the beast gauge. I haven't done the quest yet. That's probably why. Ooh, I don't want to get near them. King West's over there. I don't. I'm pretty stout as a tank, or as a. Yeah, well, I'm more DPS than tank at the moment, but I mean, I'm pretty stout, but I'm not stout enough to be fighting a bunch of level 13 enemies when I'm level 12, especially when I don't have like my healing, any of my healing abilities right now. It does not take long to get them, but you still need them. All right, cut that down. Still need one more megalo crab. And this guy gets to be the one. Alright. And knock him off. Alright, we'll run back across and see. He'll probably have another mission for me, because that's what always happens. Alright, let's get over here. And we'll complete that. Nope, that was the only one they gave me. Okay. That is not... Is that the one? No, that is not the one. There's no... Okay, gotta go over one. Gotta climb the stairs here, and you gotta find the stairs. The ones that actually attach to something. Yeah, sky lift here. Go up here. Come back up through here. I'm trying to remember how far this makes you go. Oops, I'm running into the... Wasn't paying close attention. I was checking a message. Thought that might have been the one saying, hey, we need to go in a couple minutes, but that was not it. I don't really feel like fighting with those guys, so we'll just kind of cut. Oh, I gotta go here anyway. And of course, a raider picked me up. I'm just gonna keep running. I literally have no need to fight him. He's not gonna get me much. It's very little XP compared to what I'm gonna get here. And we're already a bit ahead of the game. Alright. Let's see. We'll take the copper wristlets. And he's going to move me on to the next part. Now I got to go back over here. Now this time I actually do have to fight some pirates because I got to recover stolen tools. So, I think what I'm going to do... We're going to speed in here. And crush some pirates. Keep flying through. So basically, as you can see, I'm only hitting like 17, 18 a hit, but I'm hitting 17, 18 a hit to literally everybody. And my normal hit, my normal basic hit, is only 22. So when you have to make that decision, it's just easier and better on you to do it that way. Use those AoE attacks. All right. Hand over. And he's going to send us back up here to Summerford. Yeah, let me cross the bridge, do it the easy way. That's a wild part. I have still got tons. I mean, well, I ain't really tons. I've still got like this one here. I haven't even figured this one out yet, Glory Day, so it's actually inside. I need to go pick it up too and finish it. Just, so many little quests. I mean, you can tell we spent a little over 2 hours doing the first part, and we've really not even scratched the surface of the game. Alright, let's get up here. And pick up the Labries. Oh, we gotta talk to him again. Let's see. Alright, let's skip that. I don't want to... I've still got this kind of bad habit at the moment of I keep wanting to go through the storyline a little deeper, and I don't really want y'all to see it all. Oh, let me see. I need to... The Labris on. I can put the wristbands on. I don't know if they're going to consider that better. We'll see. Nope. The basic, the starter stuff is all pretty good there. I have got... Okay. Yeah, all the starter stuff's pretty good there. Oh, open that back up so I can see what I'm doing. All right. So we're going to have to cross back over. Do I have to go all the way? Yeah. Oh, we're going to get a little exposition. I almost said expedition dump. We've been doing an expedition this entire time. We're running all over this place, checking it all out. Yeah, this is going to take me to an actual fight. This is kind of like your first little boss fight in the game. I kind of remember this. Been a hot minute since I played it, but I do somewhat remember it. Alright, so I gotta go. Gotta save the idiot from himself. Alright. Bypass the water sprites. There's Irumhus. Irumhus. Yeah, it's random letters. That's all this is random letters. Alright, so there's Sazi, whatever, Rosari, Rarzai. Alright. And then you find out he's double-crossed the wrong people, let them down. Didn't do what they wanted him to do. You show up. These guys aren't really an important part of it. I kind of want you to see that right there. And this dude is like the start of a long-running quest line. And so basically, he throws this thing at us and we have to fight it. So it's our first little mini-boss. Get a 30-minute time limit to kill him. If it takes me 30 minutes to kill him, I need to just turn the game off. Alright. Basically, it's just reinforcing mechanics. Don't be in front of his little cone when the attack goes off. And poof, poof, and we kill that. So it took me about a minute and a half of the 30-minute time limit to take care of that. So I kill that. He's up there watching us. The golem could be vanquished. And I look up and nobody's there. And that's kind of... I went ahead and let that one go through because I knew there wasn't a whole lot of storyline. It's just this guy's going to show up a lot. For a very long time. And there's our friend, Ystola. She's the one all the guys like. Oh, and then we're going to get... This gets us introduced to a power we have called the Echo. And basically it just... I won't show too much of this, but... The Echo lets you see things from the past, the present, the future, things that you were not there for, but you're seeing it through someone else. Just a neat little MacGuffin that they have to be able to use to trigger certain things to happen. Gives you the context for things that you, as the player, would not have been there to see. And we're going to head back up the stairs. And we'll just run across the world here. And we'll still, oh, I can speed it up a little. Not by a lot, and not for long. But we can sprint for a minute. All right. Back up here, talk to him. And let's see if this is the one that finally sends us back to Limsa. Only got 3,700 gil, so... and Severin finally going to take a little bit of responsibility for his own actions. And how he did the right thing. All right. Now, yep, that's going to send us back to Badrin and the Drowning Winch. So, let's go. Now I got to run back to the castle. We'll go back to the Drowning Winch. We'll do the Marauders Guild thing, finish that Glory Days quest. And then that's where we'll stop it for today. And then when we come back, oh, the Moistless, see, I wonder if I could kill him. I'll try. May have to treat him like a boss, but why are you not working? It's just, oh, come on, do what you're supposed to. All right, I can kill a Gojibu. Got to kill a few of them. So what it's done is it's automatically updated my hunting log to show me what I got next. And of course, this is all like in different areas. The only, I think, one over here in our vicinity is these. And I've got 2 more right here. I feel like I need to just go ahead and finish this off. Alright. The first one I fought was a level 17, so these guys are 12. Should be a little easier. I need still one more. It's not attack. Why is it not using the power? I don't understand why. All right. Oh, there's one. We'll collect that. And then we'll finally go back to Limsa. Alright. Kill this guy off. See, it's working there. Work there, okay. Alright, so I finished the God booze there. So let's go ahead back to the Zephyr Gate and see what they'll give me. I do need to check out too and see what those. I'll check my mail out. It's probably just stuff like I have account wide, and there's usually, I think everybody gets, there's like some outfits that everybody gets, stuff like that. So let's see. Let's go. Hang on, man. I want to find that Glory Days real quick. I want to get that Glory Days took care of. So it looks like it's all on the upper deck anyway. We'll go knock it off. And there's the delivery Moogle. That's the one I have to go find to collect all that mail. Okay, I picked that up. Oh, are you kidding me? Just when I thought I'd cleared everything, I missed one. I won't drag you along with that, with me on that one. That's a really easy one. That's an easy one to do away with. Unless I happen to have to go back out in that area for like the level 10 quest. We'll see. Alright, let's get the bait and swat done. Side quest stuff here. Let's just skip the cutscene. I'll take the copper ring. I don't know if it's useful or not, but I'm kind of taking them too because when I get the ability to have basically people that will help me with things, have these adventurers that will go out and help, I'll have to outfit them, and so some of this low-level stuff I'm going to keep to outfit them. Alright, so that's guild levies. Alright, that'll give me the recommendations. That's nice. Alright, so we're going to grab this. Alright. And is that's 11-8. We'll do that. We'll have to go back out anyway, so we'll do that. Let me go over here and grab this. 11-8's a really good system. I use it mainly to level up alternate characters. But it's a good way to get some good rewards and stuff, even on your main. Alright. All the way over here. And we will talk to the guild master and see what he's got to say about the situation. Alright, so he's done that. I gotta go downstairs, it looks like. Talk to Salkwib. She's going to be kind of my guide through the leveling process, basically. Oh yeah, it's going to send me back out into the world, so we're definitely going to be doing that. So what I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead, because we're already at 2.5-ish hours. When I cut out that, whatever that hiccup was, God, that was such a crazy thing. When I cut out whatever that little hiccup was, it'll still be at 2.5-ish hours, and so that's quite a bit. And plus, I know I'm going to have to leave here fairly shortly, and so this will be kind of a good place to stop. So when we come back, we'll be in this general vicinity. I'll go ahead here after I get back from what I got to do. I'll go ahead and collect the stuff from my mail. I'll let you know what it was, because I don't even really remember what all's going to come to me. in this, so we will do that, and then I'll have I'll have all that kind of done and out of the way, and then we'll continue on with the storyline. We'll knock out that Glory Days thing. We'll do our next part in the quest line for the for our class, and then we'll we'll obviously carry on with the storyline as it were. So guys, I hope you enjoy these playthroughs. I enjoy doing them. I know it's not everybody's thing, but it's something I like doing, and it's something I can put out in the world. And one of these days when this game is gone, I mean, it will one day close. This will still be there as a kind of a reminder of what was at the time, and I think that's kind of cool, just a way to play it. So guys, with that, I appreciate you watching this episode of Alt Tabbed, and as always, I will see you on the next Alt.